Amber people, una lis ten to wetin wey Tataw Eric e get for talk am. E be very interesting and e bring some people online like the other activists for China. E bring General Nambere, e bring so many people, and e talk, in short, e spill the tea. E talk so many things dem wey we will no be sabi. So many things that dey go wrong for this struggle. People wey dey thief money, people wey dey kill, and all they find is the way they do am about that boys, the way they die for Batibo. E don show say na Ayaba na a group na kill that boys. So Tapang Ivo, every Tataw don do all the findings, and he don't bring am for we today for table. May we take what I hear am, take what ear chop am. Na so I don't put an opposite. Una listen.
As you join, you share extensively. We have a lot of videos to show today. We have a lot to discuss. We'll also be having General Nambere, who will be talking live on this show all the way from his specific location. We'll also have General Commando, who will be talking today. We'll have General Larry, who will be talking today. So we'll have Ebon Kingsley, who will be talking on this live show, Ashu Kingsley, and we'll also have a lot of things to show in order to ensure that we put our people back on the track. And I want to thank General Nambere, who is already on the line, and when I introduce him, he's going to come. We want to share extensively. We want at least 1,000 people watching before we start the message, because, you know, this is a God-ordained revolution, and you must be sure that the incident in Batibo, in Guzang to be precise, is a pure sign of victory to the Ambazonian people. It's a sign of pure victory, and to show you that we are already in Boyasunest. And I want to thank all of you who are joining this live show at this time. I also want to seize the opportunity to salute all other comrades who are watching from other parts of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, I want to thank you for your resilience. I want to thank you for the support you have given to this revolution. I want to thank you for your belief, for the trust. And we continuously thank every one of you who will be watching this show from any part of the world, and those who will be watching from various platforms, either be it on social media, as in Facebook and WhatsApp, or as in YouTube as well, or those who will be watching recorded videos on CDs played on at the comfort of their homes, or those who will be watching audios and stuff like that. Whatever form you'll be watching, this is an opportunity for us to change the momentum of our revolution. And for those of you who sometimes you feel discouraged because of what has happened, I have good news for you to let you all know that this is a God-ordained revolution, and Guzang is a sign of victory. We are going to bring General Nambere in when we have at least 1,000 people watching. He's going to talk to us before he goes back to work and goes back to sleep. So ladies and gentlemen, once you join, I want you all to share extensively. I want to thank you for your commitment, for everything you do to ensure that our people get the best of encouragement. We continuously thank you for your resilience, for the support, for everything. Once you join, you share extensively. Before we bring General Nambere, we'll bring General Commando. We'll bring everybody who is supposed to talk on the show today. And we thank you all for your undiluted support, and to let you all know that we are watching everything that is happening, and to also let you know that God is in total control. So keep sharing, and of course, let's have everybody on board before we start the show. We know that it's not going to be easy, as a lot of people will try to ensure that they disrupt this live show, but this is going to go on, and if we have any disruption or interruption, we're going to come back, of course, to exactly ensure that we put everybody on the course of our movement, because we have already known our enemies. We have identified those who are fighting us. We know those who are for us. We know where the revolution is heading to. And just to let you all know that Guzang is a sign of victory. We want to use the opportunity to thank Generals Commando, Nambere, and the rest of the generals who have been resilient, who have been there to defend the people. We also want to use the opportunity to send a special thank you to General Keku, who, of course, is also doing a great job at his own end. We also want to thank all other generals who have been very resilient. We also use the opportunity to send a warning signal to some of the restoration forces in Bafut, who have also resulted to some very senseless excesses. And we also will be using this platform to send a clear message to the likes of Dr. Cho Ayaba, Ivo Tapang Tanku, and all other surrogates who would not see the truth and speak the truth. We'll also be thanking Dr. Cho Ayaba in the course of this live show. We also want to send a strong message to the interim government. In fact, it's a one and all live show, and we'll also speak the truth about the situation in Guzang. Ladies and gentlemen, let's share extensively and have everybody on board before we start the show. We are almost hitting it, so keep sharing, keep bringing everybody on board. As soon as we have 1,000 people watching, we will now start the show officially. General Nambere is already on the line. Commander will be waiting. We'll also be having Bell from China, hopefully, who will be talking in the course of this show, because we want to change the dynamics of this game and to let our enemies know that we already know what is happening. And it is a clear point that we know those who are instrumental in trying to corrupt the image of our revolution. So we're going to bring everybody who can talk today on board, and to ensure that no matter what happens, come rain, come shine, independence is certain, and we're going to go to Boya no matter the circumstances. So we're almost hitting 1,000, and as soon as we get there, we will obviously bring General Nambere. And just for the records, let us let you all know that the circumstances are clear, and we cannot at any given time compromise the independence of Southern Cameroons, because that is the game, and it is clearly a fact that we have to stay put. We have to ensure that we fight till the end line. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think in 30 seconds or so, we'll bring General Nambere, who is already on the line, and we had to hold him. You know, he's a general. He's very busy and committed to the defense of homeland. And of course, I had hinted Ebon Kingsley of Kupe Maninguba, because the act that happened in Guzang was targeting specifically General Nambere and General Commando, all together with his boys, because it was going to be the collapse of Batibo. But God being so kind, God unveiled the plan, and today we're going to be talking about it. We're also going to be talking about a video that is circulating on social media that has been put up there of kidnapped school children that have been kidnapped by the ADF, and they have used it to try to divert our attention at this crucial time. And we want to be very clear about the circumstances on the ground, and we will not at any given time. I am now very ready, and we think that we have extended the hand of fellowship enough to our compatriots who have decided their path, and we'll explain all of those things. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me seize the opportunity to bring General Nambere on the line. We have almost the figure that we're canvassing, and I think it's a great thing. So once you join, you share. We'll now get to General Nambere. Hello? Hello? Is General Nambere there?
Hello?
Yes, General, how are you?
Yeah, hello? No, I'm fine. Even though I'm not too fine because of what has happened in Guzang and Batibo.
Okay, great. So, General, thank you so much. General, we will talk for pidgin so that me all our mammy then here, because this video go there for YouTube. This video we go ask am say me what brother they put the nursing or chamber, you take responsibility for put all this video for audio, so that any might not get data for download for come for Facebook watch and full time. You go watch them, because this video we intend for make the video as long as possible, so that we'll get all the facts. So General, go ahead. Tell me how you feel after they don't kill your boys for Batibo, for Guzang.
Yeah, mommy, papa, sister, uncle, brother, I greet all and I say good evening. And I thank Mr. Eric Tataw for bringing me today for the live show. And I'm a great pleasure for being with you today. One, I say that sister, they do Bele, where they do for Easter Bush, I say the Sasha. I say the student, the way they do for Easter Bush, and then they go school, they hide. I say the Asha. And I greet everybody who in the past through anything for this struggle, say, we thank God, because always should the past through today will come to pass.
Amen.
All good things come easy. We need
Yes.
to know so. I don't lost it plenty. When any one soldier fall down for the Amber land, it is pain me deeply in my heart, because now only man way he never do woman, but let's see how woman born. We by mistake you go see how the woman born. Now I know no important for mommy. Then check some mommy carry to give for 9 months. So that the picking don't be 25 years, 24 years. You just go, we go kill that. Imagine how that man makes feel. We join this struggle today now because a lot of people be the key what people born our house to them. They know what we hear what we talk. Big lawyer them, rape student them. We say no, enough is enough. Now why not join this fight? If we do not do it for our people, which you feel the man is some boys with other family people can do until tomorrow. We not control the country. We not always live for the good, always for every day. We say we live in anger. They be very poor. But then they should not see how we hate them. Or hold their own brother, they talk one language, one country talk. Kill them, slot.
We don't lost General Nambere there. We will might try to bring General Nambere back. Some other corridor intercept. We will bring General Nambere back very quickly. General Nambere, just hold the line. I will redial you because we don't lost you, so you don't come out from speaker. I might redial you. Might redial General Nambere very quick. So when I stay there, I'll redial General Nambere very quick, and so we obviously go bring back General Nambere. Just a minute. We'll try for get some. Might see. We'll get General Nambere back. Okay, might call General Nambere again. Okay, I think it's the ring. So, Almighty watch for YouTube. This is a very important show. Now, okay, General Nambere don't come back online. Yes, hello. Yes, General, go ahead. You did back online.
So, mommy and papa, them, I beg when I say one and not feel discouraged. When I be very aware that the Republic don't pay so our brother them. May they spoil the regulation because it already come to an end. With this show and it proof and it show very loud and clear for all we say, La Republic don't pay some of we for them who spoil the regulation. Now what are they do it to do them? Just for say with the regulation spoil. But I tell you something. No amount for money no day when La Republic will give some man each change the regulation. What vision about rich boy. And I believe and to encourage all mommy and papa someone are not feel discouraged. We could still fight this fight more than how we fight yesterday. More than no calculated on a picking they don't lost. Me I do not picking to take me there picking I become back to go and no place I never come back to go before. But I don't go run back to go fight. Go and they go can't place they go back to go with the come place the one I never know and go I go fight to other places and way bridge. I got no way bridge or back to go as I come back to go show. But I don't want to when I say now only when I pray I feel strengthen we. When I not forget when I say what enemy it work for all it follow all tactics will see how they put we down. Now they know the attack and general there. We don't get some messages the way they talk so they need my head, they need commando head, they need free marshal head. Well no problem. But because so long as I stand for the truth, only the truth shall set me free.
So
no fine.
General Nambere, you know, we get issue where people they were complaining about kidnapping, and we don't really know now who they do that job. What if you tell me about people they kidnap for make sure they discourage population?
When about the issue of kidnapping, some people they be delighted at Atanganji Paul, maybe not at Atanganji Paul. Now the group where they do kidnapping, now they do the highest killing, now they don't expose themselves so for back away all man don't see them. Now they don't expose themselves. So more already know now, so guess what we get now two enemy, one be the hide under clothes, won't be know.
One way na government contractor per se.
Come again, sir.
Just go ahead anyway. I'll analyze exactly part of the thing that they talk. Just go ahead because maybe man not interrupt you. Just continue. Yes, me. I want me to tell me exactly. Me they get hope about the fact that kidnapping not be part of it because we know say government don't contract some of our brothers and they do that kind of dirty job so that they will discourage Mami them. So just give Mami them a lot of hope, you know, before we'll bring in General Commando and Bear from China.
When I still beg the Mami them, so they understand say Mami and Papa. All these people kidnapping. When I know very well, the La Republic, I say repeat them again. Just so our brother, they inside where they don't pay them, they do the act them.
Exactly, yes.
And they work and do the act them every day. And how we take and know the people then when they start do some wicked acts the way we really see them. How we imagine say you go kidnap student them. You go kidnap student them. Keep the under you're keeping. Talk to La Republic. So I go talk to that man. I would not know the particular person at the end of the day. when we get orders to release them. When the member find the last group of beginning where they kidnap them for Bamenda.
Yeah, yes.
They make a go to before they release them. Before they release them.
So
we discover other people the money.
And just recently we got another video where the circular will show them. So General Nambere, as you follow this live show, I think you don't talk, mommy, you don't understand very well. Move, bring in General Commando, me they hear a voice too, and then you just leave for standby because we'll surely still bring you before the end of this show because we want this show will be at least 1 hour 30 minutes or thereabout, but we will do very important things the way it will change the face of this revolution forever. And General Nambere, I want to inform you, say, I know say you come on a Coupe Maninguba. I don't talk with Ebon Kingsley. I mean, also go launch Coupe Maninguba County powerfully, and people go support you so that you will get granite. And we know your mission for Saturday Day. I don't really get your mission. I know what you need them. I get information from Coupe Maninguba. One Toshe, you need about $11,000 or something. Continue you want to do this appeal will make a general for public. The money is going for you, they're going for material they want to use, and so go make sure say you get this material and you go defend what mommy them. So I don't talk with Kingsley, we will try our best. For me, as Eric Tataw, I will put $500 for down for Coupe Maninguba so that they go help for support you. So any other man will get money to they go support you. So Kingsley go come. Any of these days we'll go make sure say we'll put Coupe Maninguba on track. I hope you get my point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So we will drop General Nambele now, and then we will bring in Bear First from China, and then we will also bring Joshua Carr. A lot of activists that will talk before I go analyze a lot of things. I will show you some video where Tapang Ivo, he be do something for Chicago where he take money for poor for Chicago. Yet he work every day they call at even poor than thief people. So I think we don't get enough from these people. Them I will have to treat them accordingly. Me they know say this issue not be joke. So I be there Chicago, I don't come back, I see all when I complain, why I never come online, I never come online when I never get enough facts, and besides I'm there busy with activities that way. So God bless you now. Me will bring in now some other person. One time General Nambere so very much for your participation for this show. So General Nambere, you want salute Mami for Coupe Maninguba, you want tell them say freedom the camp before you go, or for Indian, or for any country talk we know.
Yeah, I go give them a pigeon. We know the find at Trabal, we know they have a tribalistic war.
Of course, but you got to talk for country talk to Mami and they nothing hear pigeon they hear country talk. That's what I mean about tribalism, you know.
Mr. Everyone go translate for them later.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, Mami de for Maninguba, Coupe Maninguba. I regret on a son of good evening and on Asia. I also say that the public always advantage to enter all for you. We see how the big key on and make a more around the scape of bush. But it shape, you don't change. Down a very picking one at the end, number. It come back to the village and the land. I can't depend on that. I come for them with all my spirit and all my life. I come for them, we can't change the game. Say, oh, now I go get rest, I go stay for Isaac, I go stay for Bangen Town, I go Tonton, I go attend market, no man no go worry on that. I come, we can't change them.
Thank you.
I don't know, say, people will just for and not pray for we pass how not pray for we.
Yes.
Now prayer for people strong and I extending grace for people for Bole Bakundu and for Meme as whole.
Thank
That's
you.
where my mother is coming from.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now General Nambere that you know Coupe Maninguba we don't get on a plight. I don't talk with Ebon Kingsley and this platform together with other platforms like Mark Barita, Joshua Carr and Kemi Ashu and the rest, Ashu Kingsley. We go work hard for make sure say as we as activists we only preach a part of independence, and we would now at this juncture go bring Bell na persuaded in charge for SWAT of Ambazonia. He dey based on China and one of the people that they get the highest number of forces for ground, pass even SOCADEF, pass even ADF, pass almost everybody. And in fact, after ASC where they come together, the next person will get the highest number of forces is now Bell. Comrade Bell, they join me from China now. Now, the Bell will be talk for and say my last live show say, Bell, you go put off your this thing, your Facebook where you listen to me because the Easter reflect. Okay. Hello?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay, now Comrade Bell that. So Comrade Bell go talk for now about the situation and a discovery on what he think because now the person get the highest forces where we have about SWAT of Ambazonia. where that person be cry about, he complain, now the patron this or you know what ever do video, in ever talk, but get fight as pass all Ayaba Cho and Akwanga the way they can make noise all time for Facebook. And I feel say this platform together on Mark Barata will get the responsibility for bring everybody together so that we ensure say we go to Boya, come green, come shine. So once you join, you begin to write, you type one independence. I'm watching from, if you're watching from China, from wherever, begin to type your location where you are. So Comrade Bear, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Eric.
All right, we're ready for hear from you now. So
yeah, on which aspect? I think we can just
exactly.
If you're ready, I don't know how you need me to come in.
Good, perfectly. We talk about the situation for Meme because so far Meme can't know how to function, and now you be patron for Meme because now you get short of Ambazonians with most of the fighters and Meme picking them some of them from Dian. So you don't realize which if you feel so move forward with the county by county approach because me and you will talk and we say it be important for the public for here so that we come in powerfully for support Meme.
Yeah, Mr. Eric, actually, I really appreciate you a lot. You are the one-man hero in this revolution.
My pleasure.
You stand with a very plain black sheet way and don't get any dot. I respect you on that. And I thank God you pick a trademark where you be best at. You know, be a jack of a master of all and a jack. I mean, there is a statement that
jack of all trade, master of none.
A jack of all and a master of none.
Mm-hmm.
So you be a real representative of Ambazonia. And I want to apologize on you because when you came with this aspect of county by county, I look it in a myopic way. I was believing that it's going to promote some kind of tribalism, putting in consideration the location that I am. You know, Meme is an cosmopolitan area that deals with a cross-section of everybody that dwells there. It's like an economic background in the whole of the capital. So, and the people there, they are, you know, they are fighting economically, social depression, and a lot of things. And if we come with this, I will reason it from this perspective. And that was one of it. And secondly, I will reason it like that, Comrade Cho Ayaba and the Comrade Ebenezer Akwanga, if we come with this and the cross-section of people are for the IG, is going to silence this other two people, of which they are very important. So I'll be telling you, I know by this case. We don't fight for a very long time about this. But I want to apologize. Maybe you get a long eye on me. You see something that I never saw. And I want to apologize. And I hope so if you find I'm deep in your heart, to accept my apology.
But of course, bro, of course, man.
Of course. I want to go in today I know the only accept that one at the maritime, and I know the only maritime at the take them hopefully. And I think as from tomorrow, I will also be on live show to tell the people of Ambazonia what has been happening beneath the water, because what Ambazonia know is what is flowing on the water. They don't know what is happening beneath. So they need to meet a big wave or a big shark where you tell them wait till they happen for underwater. Sometimes when something happens and I want to go on YouTube, I want to go on Facebook, you see some people will be saying things that they don't have substantial facts. And for crown it or for just come to conclusion is that Meme County, we must go operational, and we go operational. But I'm giving some conditions here because I remember about 2 weeks ago, Comrade Mark Barata invited me into a group, and they said, this is Meme County. I stayed into that group. They were struggling to see how they can have their first session, their first meeting. And at that time, we have an AAC meeting. I was supposed to be in that meeting because prior to the situation that happened in Munyenge. So I needed to be in that meeting at the AAC so that we can talk about this and see how we can look for common grounds to sort it out, because it has never been my ideology that Amba soldiers should be fighting among themselves. So when I was in the meeting, the chairman of the meeting said this was the reason why we said we should not be on groups. It should be a restoration process. If you begin to say group, this group will be fighting among each other. I said, okay, it's my apology. I accepted it. But now let's see into the details. Why were they fighting? How did they get here? Could this situation would have been managed? I mean, when this question was coming up, I told them that if I want to narrate to you what happened, It's going to take a whole long process. But to make it short, I'm going to bring an audio that you can play it for the people of Ambazuna to listen. And when the people of Ambazuna will be able to listen to this audio, then they will know that, oh, so this thing happened and I went and met the appropriate quarter so that we can sort it out diplomatically and without any casualties. And I'll take just 1 minute to prove to you that I went and met the second person called Akwanga. I met Akwanga and I was talking to Akwanga that, oh, something is happening. You as my father in this revolution, I think it is imperative for you to use your influence as a leader and call this Opopo to release this guy. And after releasing them, they should see the reason why they arrested
in essence,
because
people,
sure
1 minute, Comrade Bell, some people might be confused, but let me just enlighten that. Comrade Bell is talking about the incident in Monyenge that Akwanga came and was crying online. So I want you to go ahead. I just want them to know that because the fighting in Monyenge involved your soldiers and Sokadev. It was not ASC of the IG, the way some people claim. Am I saying a lie, my brother?
Yes, it was not ASC of the IG, but the group belongs of the ASC. So
Good.
it should be addressed as the ASC.
Okay,
because I am a commander of the ASC.
But we understood that you took your soldiers out of the ASC. Is that true, or you came back already?
Yes, yeah, you're right. Good. When I took it out of the ASC is because one, I went.
No, just one reason.
I'm coming.
I understand.
The reason.
Okay.
Because you brought it here.
Okay, that's fine.
Why I took out of the ASC because I went into the ASC, I realized that there were some politicians in the ASC.
That's true.
And I told the chairman of the ASC that if you will not dismiss all these politicians in the ASC, I will not be part of the ASC. And that led to the dismissal of Mr. John Egawan and Yumfu Foncha.
No, is it in So Foncha and Yumfu Sango or John?
I'm sorry, So Foncha. Yumfu Sango have never been part of the ASC.
We also heard that some people took money up to 9 million from the IG and gave only 25,000 to fighters, and you can attest to that. How true is that?
Good, yes, good. And this one is also very, very important in the revolution because when the IG came, that was in February, that they should hand off restoration forces to the government. They want to manage it at the government level. It took me, somebody like me, like 2 months to yield to this call. Later on, I had to yield to this call. We gave these fighters to the government. And according to the government ways of appointment and putting places, they gave Yimfu and Sofoncha for them to take care of Meme, Fakun, Zian.
Mm-hmm.
So they were in charge. And I stayed for close to 4 to 5 months without keeping in touch with these farmers. Then when I came in May, I called these farmers and I asked them, I hope you people have been receiving what you need for daily uses, for like maybe resources, groundnut, peanut. They told me with much confidence that they have never received 1 franc. I mean, 1 kobo. I said, what? We have been paying money for my trip to Boya, and how come you people have not received 1 kobo? What is happening? Okay, then I met John Egawan. John Egawan told me that they have been giving money to Yimfu, to So Frontier and Yimfu. They were the one in charge. I said, are you sure? By then, I didn't have Yimfu and So Frontier. I said, give me Yimfu's number. I want to talk to him. They didn't give me the number. Then all of a sudden, Yimfu was the one who reached out to me. He got to Commander Joe. Commander Joe told him that we are sorry. Our boss have instructed us not to get anything to do with you people. If you want to talk to me, you have to get to this person first, then you can talk to me. And when Yimfu called me, he called all my 3 names. I was so surprised because the name seems to be a secret to everybody. And I told him, wow, that's good. But I said, come to it. I want to judge you. Why is it that the government will give you money and you refuse to give this money to these soldiers on ground zero? He told me that he has given the money. I said, who did you give the money to? I want to find out. Finally, he confessed to me that he didn't give them money. And a few days ago, when I went into that meeting, I saw him. I attacked him that, why did you are saying here that diaspora are the one who have chased you guys into taking ransom. But you are part of those diaspora because they gave you money, you refused to give them the money. He said in that meeting that he gave money to General Nambere. I said, are you sure? I'm going to put Nambere now on court for you to ask. Then when I brought General Nambere for that investigation, General Nambere made it clear that he gave him just 25,000 francs. So out of the
9 million.
Because I'm coming. I interrogated Yimfu. He sent me the receipt of transaction that the government gave him money, which it was like about $17,000. So out of $17,000, you will give 25,000 to General Nambere.
25,000.
Give money.
I want people to listen. Comrade Bear, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Because
1 minute.
Some people in
These
that
are
meeting,
people who have gone
in that meeting.
Go ahead.
In that Meme County meeting, that they didn't know what was happening. So I told him that you should not be pointing finger when your hands are not clean.
Good.
So, and I asked him that, so if they give you out of $18,000 and you're moving just $25,000 to give to those in Meme, how many numbers, how many persons that do we have in Meme? How many? So I got so angry with him that, and I told him I don't want to talk to him. So later on, he came and said he was controlling Fako, Ndian, and Meme. So, okay, I said, let's assume...
Keep sharing, share.
Times.
Go ahead.
25,000 times this three brigades. How much is it going to go?
So somebody, just 1 minute, somebody
talk to people that they cannot give an accountability of
somebody receives $18,000 and gives fighters 25,000 CFA. That's the same Yunfu, and Soponcha also received his own bunch of money. He also kidnapped a Kema or arrested a Kema and released him on 10 million. I'm happy that Bell is an honest man. Let me tell you something about Bell. You see, Bell, my last live show I talked about him because when Bell contacted me that I should raise funds for the SWAT of Ambazonia, I refused. I told him that I will not raise any fund. Bell got angry, which I understood. I said I will not raise fund for a group because I believe in county by county. Bell took my screenshot of my chat and shared it with Capo Daniel and Mark Barita. Is that true, Bell? For confidentiality's sake.
Yeah, of course, that's true.
So Capona took that screenshot and used a fake profile and posted it and said that I'm the one who is responsible for the death of 2 of the soldiers who were killed because I did not raise funds. But I am happy because as my mind is open, that's why many times I've always said on my live show that the person that I respect the most who doesn't make noise is in China. This is the man who is talking. It's Bell, and I have told him he's a man who is rational, and this is the truth that he's speaking. In So Foncha and the rest, they have taken money from the government and now they are condemning the government. We are not saying that the IG is perfect. So, Comrade Bell, I want to thank you, and I want to play that. I wanted you to play that audio with Dr. Akwanga, where he caused all the problem in Munyenge and was blaming the SWAT of Ambazonian fighters. Because why I said I was SWAT of Ambazonia, because per my investigation, as at the time of that attack, you were no longer with the ASC. True or false?
No, I was with the ASC.
Okay, perfect. Means that when I
left the ASC, I gave them ultimatum for 3 days, and they respected that ultimatum.
So you went. So you went back. So as a matter of fact, it was a group of the SWAT of Ambazonia that you put under the ASC that was attacked in Munyenge. Is that true?
Yes.
So is it the SWAT of Ambazonia who attacked Munyenge, or it was Munyenge who? I don't know the story. Not that I don't know the story, but I want you to put it out there straight to the people so that the people should understand. I mean, this is a free.
The SWAT of Ambazonia never attacked Sokadev.
Good, perfect. Which means that excuse me. Which means that 1 minute. Which means that ASC, which of course by extension is the SWAT of Ambazonia, did not attack Sokadev the way Capo Daniel and the rest of the people claim. I want you to listen. I've never started my discussions. I want everybody to listen. Go ahead, my brother.
I'm going to tell you now, and I'm going to even play some audios that are going to shock you. When Daniel called me that Opopo has arrested some of his guys, the first question I asked, what have you done that Opopo will arrest your guys? Opopo is not mad. He cannot just get one early morning and arrest your guys. There must be something. There's no smoke without fire. He told me that there is nothing. He don't have any problem with Opopo. I said, really? It's okay. Good and fine. Wait a moment. I'm going to talk to the person who is in charge of Opopo. At this time, I had a problem of belonging with this Opopo guy, because Opopo guy was I had a colleague at the ASC by name Ashu, not Ashu Kinsley, but Ashu Kinsley and Pamba. They were saying that they are the one in charge of Opopo. So Dr. Akwanga also saying that they were the one in charge of Opopo. Okay, at this time, to make this clarification, I brought the leader of Dr. Akwanga and the Pamba on a 3-way call for us to know the issue of legality here, so that we will know which door to solve this problem. And my comrade of the ASC said this soldier belongs to me. So can they remove your hand? And the person who came and accepted that, yes, it's true. So I said, okay, this is an ASC issue. We're going to discuss it at the ASC panel. But I still did not stop that. I said, no, I still have to go further for the benefit of doubt. I walked up to Dr. Akonga. I wrote him a short message. I have it, and I'll give it to you on screenshot so that you can look it. I said, sir, with due respect, you are my father in the revolution. I call you daddy, but you are not my born father. I'll give you that respect. I've got information that Opopo arrested Daniel's children. I don't know what is the problem, but whatsoever be the problem, they will be judged accordingly, and anybody who has done anything against humanity or against the crime will be brought to book. Okay. Please use your office as a leader and solve this problem. Make sure that they should release those guys without any casualties for us to see into the need of this issue. But whatsoever be the issue, I don't know what happened. I really don't know. Now listen to what Dr. Akonga said. I'm going to play. Listen.
My son, as I normally called you, one of the things which I don't accept in this cause of the liberation struggle.
Can you hear? He called me my son as I normally called him. Mm-hmm. That's to show how respect I paid to Dr. Akonga. Mm-hmm. I paid him so much respect. So, and I met him when no massacre has took place, when his boys has arrested my boys. And I said, let's come to the root cause of this issue without any casualties. And this audio is going to take about 9 minutes. I don't know if you can give me
it's okay. You give me the audio. I'll mount it up. If it's necessary, we'll play it. I believe I've listened to that audio, and when I say that Dr. Akonga is at fault, it is a fact, because I'm not here to judge him, but he is a person who caused all the problem in Munyange, not Bell, as he tried to run online, because Bell does not put his face online there. So we're not going to play that audio because of time. We have a lot of things to discuss. So basically, I brought you here so that you could talk about Meme, and people have understood the root causes.
Okay,
so,
I'm coming before Meme, because now let me tell you what happened to me. After that, we had a phone call from one person in the Popo who said that Daniel's hands are dirty, that he has some issues. So I ordered Divine to immediately arrest Daniel and put under detention. As I was speaking like this, Daniel is still under detention. I've received series of calls that the Daniel is telling me that he should go. I said, no, your hands are dirty. We have got information that you've taken money from people almost close to about 100 million. So we must get to the root of this issue. Until we get to the root of this issue, then you go a free man. If not, you will stay there. The International Court of will come and judge you people for anything that you have done, and even Divine. And I told Divine that if you have done anything against this revolution or you've hurt anybody, know that you'll be accountable for after this. Because after this group, the doors will settle. And anybody that has played some foul games, you will be judged. Okay. And I put this also on record, and I record.
Yes, I listened to you. I listened to you when you were speaking to Daniel. He was in detention. You and I we have talked today. So, Comrade Bear, I think everybody has understood. I'll take time to explain more of this. I just wanted you to talk, and we'll launch Meme, and you will be there to coordinate it. Let me bring in General Commando so that we don't take too much time. I know a lot of people are watching, so I think we have understood you, and okay. I have all the. I'm just happy that it's about 3 a.m. in China, if I'm not mistaken, and you are up to do this live show. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. God bless you. We'll go to the Batable issue very soon, and we'll drop Comrade Bell, and we'll bring General Commando to talk to us. Let me get to General Commando. I spoke with him, and you people will know, because I'm bringing General Commando last, because I want to get to the Batable issue, because I was on top of the issue in Batable, trying to solve this issue. Well, General Commando will call me if he sees my missed call, but whatever be the case, I just wanted people to know. So this is the issue now. I will touch one aspect after the other. I have it on my paper here. I don't want to make any mistakes. And so we have concluded our investigation. This platform has concluded investigations on this issue in Batable, in Guzang, and I want to let you people know that it is God's intervention. It is God's will that it happened in Batable like that, so that we understand. And I want to tell Dr. Cho Ayaba, if at all he's a doctor, and all other members of his team, especially Tapang Ivo, Kapo, and the rest, I want to call their names today and to let them know that I think that we have extended the olive branch, but thank God that it was the right thing to do, and God has revealed to us, like Pastor San gave the prophecy, that a big leader in the revolution was about to take money from the enemy and sell us. And I want to make this very strong declaration, and I want you to quote me anywhere. When Secretary Chris, I want you to hear something. There is a lot that is going on, and I want you to listen very attentively. When this issue, when I apologized, I moved further to ensuring that I make peace. And I was talking with all the commanders on the ground. I spoke with General Commando. I've been speaking with a lot of the commanders, and I have tried to talk to them. They need to unite, although they remain in their counties. I reached out to General Commando. We talked, and I reached out to Waters Keyaka. I gave him the feedback. It is recorded. And General Commando, I asked him to give back General Ivo's weapons, and General Commando accepted in good faith. He said, "Big brother, you cannot tell me something and I'll actually working out all these things to ensure that we get back these weapons to General Ivo." And General Commander was still somewhere that he was going to come before they were going to change, give these things back there. So I talked to Waters Keyaka and to the other ADF team, and we're happy, we're living together. And to my greatest dismay, it's not like I was doing that and my eyes were shut, but I was also ensuring that I was looking deeper than a lot of them were thinking. And I knew that Ivo is very diabolic. I also know that Ayaba Cho is diabolic, but I didn't know the extent of how diabolic they can be. And I want you to listen very attentively. Why, when Ivo made an audio or video saying that he has forgiven everybody, Bia is his child, they should not worry, there's peace, I said it on a live show even before my reconciliation that General Ivo is a mean man. I know him, my instincts never fail me. Now, when I brought Tapang Ivo to my live show, I brought Tapang Ivo to my live show for apologies for things that I didn't do. And I want to use the opportunity because I told Tapang that the live show that he has come and he's messing up is going to be his Waterloo, because that's what I'm going to use in burying him. Tapang came to my live show, and from start to end, Tapang lied, but I accepted everything hoping that we'll have peace. For example, Tapang said that I want to bring all these things because the red line has been drawn, and I want to inform the people of the BLM that Tapang will be going to court. If we already have a committee, we're going to take him to court for money that he embezzled, that he acknowledged on video that I have. I'm going to play everything here because these people cannot destroy this revolution. Tapang Ivo is a thief. I'm the one who's saying it because it gives me the privilege and the opportunity to call him a thief once more and once and for all. Now, Tapang said in the live video that we apologize that I went to Cameroon. When I was going to Cameroon, I want to go step by step because this is a very important video for the revolution. And for all of you to know that there is no infighting in this, our war of independence. We don't have any infighting. We simply have people that Mr. Pobia has contracted to ensure that the international community thinks that we have infighting. There is no infighting. And I want to make this point clean and clear. Now, when I was going to Cameroon, when I first came to the United States, it's very important. We're not talking any private things here. When I came to the United States, Tapang Ivo were in a journalism group, all Jumba crew and the rest, they are there. We're in a journalism group they call Journalists of Integrity. In that journalism, not journalism integrity, Come and See Journalism in Cameroon. That is a group that we are there with all top journalists in Cameroon at the time. Even my brother who is in Houston or Texas or one of those areas, Ekini Agbobai, he is a witness. Everything who is listening knows what I'm talking about. They are listening here. All of them are there. Atia, Tilarios, a lot of those journalists at the time who are now, they have shut up because the government does not want to hear them talk. They were in that group. So Tapang wrote in that group, he brought one guy, they call it in Sorok or whatever, and they wrote in that group that I have come to the United States to seek asylum because as I just came, Tapang started conspiracy theory out of nothing. So, as a matter of fact, when Tapang published that, I told Tapang that, Tapang, you have written lies about me, and he came there and was supporting. You know, that's my friend. But he's the person who started stabbing me in my back. And I forgave him many times, and I forget about it. And yet, Tapang continues to lie. He said that I've come to seek asylum, this, and all of those things. I said, okay, no problem. Anybody who comes to seek asylum does not go back to his country, and so the person obviously will remain here until his asylum papers are ready, for example. And even if somebody comes to seek asylum, what is the problem with that? So I just stayed me mute, and I told Tapang one thing, that when I'll get to Cameroon to show that I'm not seeking asylum here, I will respond to you. That was all I discussed with Tapang. And behold, I got to Cameroon. The post was on the something in May. I'm trying to pull it out, but I have it. I will not even bother to show it, but if he wants it anytime, I can bring the screenshot. So when that happened, Tapang Ivo, when I reached Cameroon, I posted at the time. One of my colleagues died, Henry Betang. He was my line editor. He died in Manfe, and I posted from his funeral that I'm attending a colleague. I've flown from America, that I'm attending the funeral of my colleague, and yet some people said I came to seek asylum. It was open, and I was talking to Tapang. I mentioned Tapang's name, and my brother who is in Houston from Kendem, the same village with me, Agboibai. He's there. He will be listening. He's my brother, and I forgive him for the lies that he said at the time, because I don't have time to keep putting my mind. So when I left, I was going to Cameroon to go and bring my wife. I did not tell Tapang anything, but Tapang came and claimed, and I said in my heart, why is this boy lying? But I just stayed quiet because it was not necessary for me at the time to fight. He said I was going. I called him. I'm going, Tataw, I had to go bring my woman. And never, Tapang could not even talk to me because he lied against me. I have all the proofs. I have the post here. It was on in a May. I'm trying to look for that post, but I still have the screenshot. I can always pull it out. Okay, God so kind. I've just seen it. This is a post. This is me. If you read it very well, this is me in the funeral of my colleague. I'm sure I will show everything, proof after proof. You see, Tapang's name is there. If you see, there is where is it? Let me come back. I've already shown that. I think it is very clear that Tapang is a devil. And I want him to know that in as much as he thinks that he's very strong, he can succeed to correct the image of this revolution. I have bad news for him, because Tiodo Ngumba took him to court. He'll be going to court another time with me. Because Tapang is a thief, he's a criminal, and I wonder why he thinks that he has a right to come every time with Capo Daniel and they are insulting Dr. Sako. I have said it, and my name is Eric Tataw. I use the word I, that the IG will be reformed, it will be restructured, but not with people like Ayaba and Tapang and any of those people anymore. We are going to draw the line here today, because there is no division, there is no infighting. We already have a group of people that the government has contracted to ensure that they do what they are doing. I've shown you that screenshot that Tapang said that I posted, that Tapang said I was coming to seek asylum. It's there. And I mentioned all of them. It's on my wall. It's on Facebook. Facebook don't lie. And Tapang come to lie in an apology. I mean, the man is so audacious in his lies telling that you called me, you told me I'm going to bring my wife, and never discussed with Tapang after he posted lies about me in the group. He actually said in that group that he has had a confirmation from an office in the White House or wherever in Washington, D.C. that my asylum papers have been deposited. I said to myself, like, what is this guy saying? I mean, for no reason, when I was not even known, I was not competing with Tapang, but Tapang probably felt so inferior because of all our classmates, I was the only one who started the newspaper and was very successful. And I was flying to Asia, to South Africa, to a lot of places, and he could not fly. And when I came to America, he thought he could rubbish my personality in the journalism group that were there. But I forgave him. And then when we came back, I came with my wife. I did not tell Tapang. He only saw it on social media. But we started communicating, and I forgave him as a friend. I did not even bother about that. On a live show, he comes to lie. Tapang said that I formed National Telegraph with him. We graduated in 2008, and I formed National Telegraph in 2013. Where was Tapang? I formed National Telegraph in front of my small store in Manfe, where I was writing the papers. Even the poor in Manfe did not believe that I was the one who had that paper. They thought I was only a vendor. Tapang comes to lie on a live show because he wanted to put himself above there, as though I will not have my mouth to talk someday if the peace talk backfires. Now, I want to finish with Tapang before I go to Cho Ayaba. Tapang, you collected money from the people. I went to Chicago. We raised over $25,000. And all of that money was handed on live video. And the people of Chicago, even when I was driving back, they came to drop me at the airport. Somebody sent, one of my friends sent $40 in my account. Any money that you send has been given to the people of Chicago. They sent $40 in my account. I showed Mami Agi Okpo, the woman who lodged me, my tribeswoman, my tribes-lady, very kind. I want to thank the people of Chicago for what they did to me. My brother Oben, Dr. Roland, all of you people in Chicago, you made me Robin. All of you, you made me. I cried too many times in the hall because I am a nobody. I'm a nobody, and I don't deserve all the respect that you people give me. But I only thank God for everything. And I think that this is the time for us to put this revolution straight once and for all. Now, I want to explain to you. All that money has been given to Chicago. And immediately, the people of Chicago, they sent money to the prisoners. It's not like I say, they sent money to the prisoners through somebody that will not mention the name. And they have said that they are going to contribute to some counties to also help in their relief project. That's an excellent idea. $25,000 is what we raised. I don't want to say I. because it is your contribution. So I thank you for the trust. Now, Tapan went to the people of Chicago. He claimed that he was in charge of the BLM. I want to play the video, let you post see, because I'm going to use the video. That's how we're going to do to shut them up. He has stolen, he's going to pay with interest, or he goes to jail for stealing the people's money on blood. Now, I want to be very clear with you people. This is Tapan. Where is this, my brother from Chicago? Let me see. Perfect. This is the video that Tapan was acknowledging.
I salute everybody for Illinois, for Chicago, especially for the BLM.
Now, this is what Tapan did. He took money from the BLM people in Chicago, saying that he's in charge of the BLM, $550. He had that money. We have receipts. Many people sending money when he was claiming that he was Red Dragon. And for him to shut up, he's going to go to court with me. I'm taking a personal interest, and I want every Ambazonian who has given money to this young man, for us to stop these people. We're not going to kill them physically. We're going to use issues that they have stolen money to make sure that we take them. This is America. You cannot take money in America you don't account for. Let him show us to whom he sent all those money to and the receipts. We need all of them. If he thinks that he has misplaced the receipt, he should go to MoneyGram. During the court case, they should pull it out from MoneyGram. Because we are tired of people who have taken money. You see, Tapan like this, he's in constant communication with Paul Tasson, and they know what they are doing on social media. I told Waters Kayaka more than 1 month ago, and will no longer condone this nonsense from these people. Now, this is Tapan on video, saying that he took money from the people of Chicago, from Illinois, and he never used that money for the purpose that it was intended. So he's going to bring back that money. And I am going to start the case with Tapan until we get to the end of this matter. He has to stay off our revolution, and we're going to give him embargo. You see what's going to happen. If he thinks I'm joking, I have all the receipts for people who have sent him money. He has eaten more than $20,000 in this revolution or more, and we have all the proof. So let me play this video. That is Tapan who stole money from Chicago. That's a video
For Illinois, for Chicago, especially for the BLM chapter for Chicago, for Illinois. I salute. This one at General Ivo. I want to send this special message for thank every Southern Cameroonian, especially those who they come out for the BLM as soon as don't succeed to capture the BLM, even though the few casualties, but that notwithstanding, I want to send this special message, and also for thank una for the money when I contribute. I'm $550 for ground action. So when I sabi say the struggle don't just start, we will use this money very effectively and for maintain.
Okay, we're using money very effectively. He's going to show us how you use that money. And Tapan Tanku, I'm coming for you. I'm ready for you. I want to teach you why they call me Eric Tataw. I left Cameroon at the time and now starting Cameroon as a director of publication, the founding publisher of National Telegraph. At any time that they say that leaders and activists should put money, I'm ready to sign an amazing check here from my coffers. I'm not bragging about it. And people think that they want all of you fake profiles, go and come, I'm ready for you. I moved from there and tell you, Tapan, that you are a celebrated thief, and every time you are calling Dr. Sako scammer. What did Dr. Sako scam from you? I'm not supporting Dr. Sako. I don't have any record of him scamming. But I have video of you taking money from people and not using the money. And I want to let you know that if you think that you are doing those things, I have all these things and I have stayed quiet for too long. And you and your master Ayaba, you have taken money from Chief Mukete and now you want to destroy the revolution. Dela and the rest, you people should listen very attentively. Dela, you are my friend. I respect you. You're an objective guy, just like Eugene Ufaka. I've told Eugene that he should disassociate himself from Capo. And all Southern Cameroonians, go to your page, block Capo, and remove him from your friend list. You will do same to everybody who wants to destroy this revolution because they have taken money from the government of Mr. Pobia and they want to destroy our revolution. That is one. Now, I'll go to the next thing. Dr. Cho Ayaba, I want to address you on your gang of criminals. I've gone back and I want to tell people something, that we don't have any infighting. There is no infighting. Dr. Cho Ayaba, like Secretary Chris Anu said, I can show the proofs that Cho Ayaba is working with Mukete. And this one is a fact. And there is another woman that will still going to complete the investigation that's also giving money to Cho and other people. Now, the intention is that they want to ensure that they get Pamo to start working. They get all these companies reinstated because Cho has taken money. I've been very hesitant to talk about this. I've been very hesitant to talk anything about Dr. Cho with this regard. He speaks so well, convinces people, and people think that, oh, Cho Ayaba is some god. Those of you who didn't know until we started exposing him. Now, that is even Comrade Bell, who was against county by county. He has said, he has seen that, no, this is the only way. You see, everybody, they are fighting for their personal use. Bell is an objective man, not because he came and spoke on this show, but I've been talking with him behind the scene. That's the only person that I sell intelligence to, because I know he's going to do it and he's not going to leak it out. Now, he takes a screenshot that we discussed. Out of some trust, he shares with Capo Daniel, but I don't share nobody's screenshot, especially things that are the way they are. Now, Capo Daniel takes the screenshot, uses a fake profile, and posts it on social media to attack me. Let me be clear with you, Dr. Cho, if I told you are a doctor. Now, you have gone to Batibo, you have taken money from Atanganji and other La Republic ministers. You went to Batibo, Commando was going to call. You went to Batibo, you killed our fighters. You killed our fighters, and some people who are sounding Cameroonians, you are bothering my phone. I'm in Chicago, I'm trying to raise funds. You are telling me that, oh, you not come and react. What should I react? I should react something that God has already reacted to. I mean, you want Cho to succeed. What is the mission? Now, only 2 days or so when more than 10 diplomatic missions were talking about the issue of Southern Cameroon, Russia, Great Britain, powerfully in the UN Security Council, Dr. Cho goes and commits the issue in Guzang, and that issue took center stage on social media. But you people are not wise. I cannot post those kind of pictures. I have a time that I react. Now, it took center stage because that is what Cho Ayaba wants. Now, listen very attentively. You know the problem is that if you look at all the leaders, from this Bear, you need to see Bear, he's a fine gentleman. From Bear to Akwanga to Dr. Sako, to Dr. Sako to Mr. Kometa, and you know, John Baku is not a leader. That's the first thing that people should know. I'm going to address John Baku today. I called him when I was in California, in Chicago. I'm going to address all of them today. Now, look the issue. Seseko is in jail. Seseko is the only Southern Cameroonian for all the number of years that we have existed as a people of Southern Cameroons who succeeded, though he was there for only months, he succeeded to bring out the population. He did it on the 22nd of September. He did it on the 1st of October. Now, Akwanga and Ayaba have been there for too many years as they claim. They have not been able, all of them. Seseko raised in one fundraiser alone, when he came here in Maryland, I was there, I filmed it. He raised 32,000 or so, about that amount. No other leader has been able to do that as a person. Every Tataw has raised 25,000 after Seseko. No other person has done that apart. Even the Washington group, it ended in a fiasco. They didn't raise nothing. Everyone who contributed our money. Now, what is the problem with with Ayaba? Now, this is what has moved Ayaba to where he has found himself. He has found himself being a servant for Mr. Pobia, and every time he's a man who is the way he is. He comes and speaks, and you think that he has this revolution at heart, but he goes behind. He does contrary exactly the job of La Republic. Now, Ayaba Cho has moved from inferiority complex, his inferiority complex, over the achievement of Seseko in the so-called JJC. He moved Ayaba Cho from inferiority complex to jealousy and now to a traitor. Now, you know the issue is that when you look at Seseko, everybody talks good about him. He moves himself around like a president. He has done that for as long as before he was captured. That's why Paul Biya is not bothered about Ayaba, because Ayaba is doing his job the way he has prescribed and the way that contract is. This one, what Secretary Chris Anu said about Ayaba working for Mukete is not a joke. And I want to let you know that Secretary Chris Anu, at least if not for any time, this once, maybe he said some other things that were not right, but Mukete, for saying Mukete, Ayaba is working for Mukete is 1,000,000,000% correct. Ayaba is taking money, and listen, I'm not depending on Romo. I have concrete eyewitnesses that I cannot bring there, and I'm using my credibility to make this declaration. Now, because Ayaba became so inferior, because you look at him, even in structure, he is zero. He cannot be a president, even in a youth market. He can never be. I don't know what these agency people, they are deceiving you people. Somebody has taken his money, and then his leader, he's ensuring that he destroys the revolution, because that's his job. You know, now he's inferior. Now he says that, okay, you know, when you are inferior, me, I can never be jealous of nobody because I know how to carry myself around. I know how to manage what I have. As Ayaba Cho became so inferiority complex, bury him, he became so jealous, because when you are inferior, when you are battling with inferiority complex, you become, the next thing that will set in is the greatest sin of the flesh, which is jealousy. Because all other sins, the capital sins of the world, they are focused, they are tied on jealousy. Now, when you have somebody who is jealous of you, what is the person going to do? The person will either set you up, kill you, do everything to tarnish you. And so, because Ayaba Cho could not succeed to get to the position that Seseko put himself in the short while, what did Ayaba Cho do? He now thought that, okay, if I cannot succeed, let me go to this where they can value me. Since he considered himself a leader, He went there, he immediately took money from the Republic. This is a fact. And that is what has transpired. Ayaba, we don't have any infighting. We have a government. Dr. Sako will also remove some people that will propose to him privately who are not supposed to be in that government. We know them, who are causing confusion. We'll do it. And if he does not do it, we'll come publicly. Now, we have a government. Dr. Sako, you are going to remain our acting president. Siseko is going to remain there as our president. And we are going to ensure that we bring the Republic down to their knees. Because Ayaba's problem is that weaken the revolution, spoil the boys, divide them, so that Siseko will remain in jail. Now, he has a role. And I could not stop my fundraiser in Chicago to come and reply to Ayaba, who has already killed our boys in Guzan. How will I stop? Because that's Ayaba's intention, that disrupt every activity. You ensure that when you disrupt the activity, you have succeeded. So Ayaba is working on a 3 mission. That's his function. 1, ensure that you discourage diaspora from contributing by always ensuring that there is infighting. That is his job. And some of you are falling for it. I will never fall for that. I will contribute. I will go to anywhere with my money till I die in this revolution. Ayaba cannot discourage me because I have already seen victory. I know that we have won. Guzan was just a sign to tell us that, oh, we actually don't have infighting. It's like Data Electrical and Enyo or EA Sonel. Data is a subcontractor. She does the job for Sonel. You don't need to see Sonel on the field. You see Data. Data will come and fix your pole. In Manfe, all of you know. In other areas, there are different contractors who have taken contracts from the company, the electricity company. Here in America, here you have Pepco and what all these things and stuff. They are contractors. There are some that are energy carriers, there are others that for pure air. All of them, they are working with government. Now, that is what Ayabacho is in this revolution. For those of you, Dela who don't know, Dela brother Yumfu Sango took $18,000 and get fighters 25,000. I want you people to listen. And IG is to blame because you give money to people and you don't follow up. All of them will bring that money because we're going to go to court with them. We don't have the people's money. And Dr. Sako is only staying quiet and, well, he's a president. These people have to go to court. They have to bring us this money. I'll start with Tapang and I'll show the example. Now, Ayabacho, your job is that make sure that the fighters remain divided so that diaspora is discouraged. That he has 3 jobs, 3. And he's succeeding, but he cannot succeed with me. And I want to teach you so that you should not succeed. Because that's why I say that Guzan is a sign of victory. Now, when Ayabacho ensures that he's killing fighters on the ground, what will happen? 1, diaspora should be discouraged so that we don't contribute our money. After all, these people are fighting themselves. That's his first major role. So that Siseko remains in jail. First. Number 2, at the instruction of Pobia, when you do this, we'll take this video, send to the international community. It always happens when we have a big diplomatic win. That's why Ayabacho came and said that diplomacy cannot bring us independence. Apart from self-defense, one of the highest things that will bring independence is diplomacy. If America gets up to that and said, we recognize Southern Cameroon, the war is over, Biya will not do nothing. So Ayabacho comes and tells us something different from the war we know in the books. Oh my goodness. War is okay. Fighting is good, but diplomacy is also as good as war. Now, and if he corrodes the image, he makes sure that we are dirty at the international scene, so that no country will come and say, I recognize Southern Cameroon, so that they will kill everybody. That's Ayabacho's plan. Number 3, so that the local population that is supporting the fighters will be completely discouraged because they are fighting themselves, they are kidnapping us. Who is doing the kidnapping? Only ADF. Only ADF, who is a subcontractor of kidnapping subcontractor of Atanga and Jipo. Secretary Chris Anu might have said some things that are not correct, but when he said that Atanga and Jipo and Mokete as puncturing Ayabacho, that is as authentic as my face, as you see my face. This is me, Eric Tataw. So, don't get discouraged. This is the time that the IG should bring. When I hear people write my name on flyers that I've asked that Dr. Makongo I'm fighting for Dr. Makongo, the only time that if I lie for more than 2 months, I only spoke with Dr. Makongo, I think 2 days ago, when he called me, I was in Chicago to appreciate me. I have never spoken with that man for a long time. I was only publishing his things. I speak with Mark. We don't have any intention to bring anybody to take over Sako. And even if somebody was going to take over Sako, what is the business? That is not Sako's house. We support him, but you people should not push people to the wall. So, when you say that Eric is campaigning for Dr. Makongo is the person who gives thousands of dollars in the Fako County for refugees. He gives his money, but we said that Dr. Makongo come and be governor for Fako. He said, no, I'm only for humanitarian. Then you say he wants to be president. Somebody who in Fako contributes more than everybody. In Mark Barretta's book launch, Dr. Makongo contributed over $3,000. Is he asking for something? He has his money. Why are you people so scared about people who are so good? I'm talking of those of you in the IG that you make audio left, right, center. I don't have time for that nonsense that you do. We have said that the IG should bring people like Dr. Makango inside. Bring every honorable Weaver to go to the finance department to work in finance and every part of diplomacy with Secretary Tabenyang. We appoint somebody in charge of counties. IG, forget about this local by local stuff. The president of La Republic is adopting county by county. Put it out there, leave counties to be independent, make a unitary account, and put there are 13 counties where people can be contributing, and you get the small commission that you need for diplomacy, and all the other money go down the one, buy weapons and defend our country. That's how we're going to do, because now it is clear that all of Southern Cameroons now know that we don't have infighting. Ayaba Cho is the only. Why is it that Fongo Jindinka is not making audios and insulting IG? He's doing his own. Even Milan Atam of Scope that they have accused here, he has never attacked the IG. That's somebody that Dr. Sakotu does not want to see. He has never attacked the IG. Why is it that it's only Ayaba? Why is it that it's only Ayaba Cho? If he's not paid, you ask yourself that question. Even Pa John Litumbe here, Ambassador Fonson, that I've talked with them. I talked with Fongo Jindinka when I was in Chicago. I spoke with him. He's a soft-spoken pa. And he has his own thing that he needs people to assist him. That is also very important. That we can, anybody wants to, who is confident that he can assist Pa has something big on the line. We can also say it on social media. You get to me, I'll give you one-on-one with Pa to talk to see how I can assist Pa. Those who are real Southern Cameroonians. So we are going to revamp our revolution, because Guzang was the end of Ayaba Cho. He says he wants to come and address the revolution. Who is he? That's what I'm asking. Now, let me show you more proof to tell you that ADF is the devil paid by La Republic. Let me show you something. Just a minute. I want to show you. Let me show you something. Small people, criminals. I'll pull out the video, don't worry. You know, now let me get this. Okay, perfect. I'm there. I got it. Okay, now this is what has happened. When Ayaba Cho has gone and killed fighters in Guzang at the command of Atanga and Jipo, they sit now, they go and kidnap students. They go and kidnap students to come and because that's their job. You go and kidnap students, you come and put it. Tapang says the IG. Tapang, wait for me. You vomit that money that you have taken from Chicago because you are a thief. Tapang is making noise here. That is this. That's the only person who sat behind books in libraries till date. He has not graduated in America. He's saying that people came to seek asylum. He's insulting people. Is he on green card? Is he on did he come here by lottery? Tapang is not even documented in this country. Even if he's documented, which is his right, was he born here and he's making noise? A small broke asylee, he's making noise. It's asylum, by the way, bad thing. Every Southern Cameroonian has a right to seek asylum at this time. It's your legal right. It's your legal right, and nobody can stop you. If you need affidavit that you want to seek asylum, contact me, National Telegraph. We'll give you for free. I'm saying it public because it's your right. It's your right to seek for asylum because they are killing your people. You cannot go back to that country. And you have a small, useless fellow who has become a vagabond of the first order. Tapang is a squatter. What does he? That he wants to destroy this revolution. Let me play this. You go and kidnap children because Guzang is hot. Now you bring children to come and divert attention from the bad thing that you have done. You are blaming IG on something that you have kidnapped, and then at the same time you are showing the international community that these people are kidnappers. No, it is La Republic. Let me tell you something. When Tapang came and said the first time that it was La Republic that killed those fighters in Guzang, Tapang was not wrong. Tapang was very right. 100%. Because Ayaba Cho is La Republic. Of course. He was led by God to say, you think that God is stupid? That's the point. Let me show you this video. The AGC, ADF, you go and kidnap our school children. Like you have always done. You kidnap them, then you come and put on social media, think that we'll forget about Guzang. And then you come and blame IG. Because your work is to make sure that the international community should see us as kidnappers. That's your job. Now, let me play this.
Sure that you are not teaching now?
These are school children. You see? This is, I'm playing it from the wall. This is it. From the wall of this AGC. Wait, this is it. AGC. You see?
This kind of glory, we the Amazonians, special loyalty. Praise the Son and Savior who granted us our freedom, and legends to the heroes who poured his love.
I'm sure this video is on Tapang's wall, and
Glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with milk and honey. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation and joy forevermore. Amazonia is land of freedom. You shall live with plenty meat in our meat. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Amazonia is land of freedom. You shall live with plenty meat in our meat.
so I don't want to go ahead. So okay, good. So we don't need to play everything. It's there on Tapang's wall. Somebody just indicated to me. So ADF, you go and kidnap children. You come and say that you condemn the kidnapping of children. Who brought that video on Facebook? Who brought the video? Like the video that I published about PSS in Quen. I took the responsibility. And I went out there and I discussed it, and it came an international issue in our favor. But you come here, you are saying that IG is IG that kidnapped this. The same Tapang will come, and after he has seen that the story on the PSS in Quen has defeated the government so badly, and everybody, the whole media, international media, was so much in our favor, Tapang comes back and says that that man that he brought, that it was a francophone, that he was the one that had those beards in that video, is a lie. He just created it. He was propaganda. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that rascal? That stupid boy? I mean, who is Tapang? Until somebody did an audio last time was comparing me with a vagabond. Who is Tapang? Somebody who has been paid with his master to destroy the revolution. Tapang, was Tapang an independentist? How do you think he's going to be one now? Tapang started as a unionist, condemning the NCNC. Moving there, when he saw that the revolution was gaining steam, he was in charge of the consortium. He now won. He saw that money was coming in. He was supporting Dr. Fontaine. He stole money from Dr. Fontaine's car. Afterward, Dr. Fontaine, they fell out. He turned to Barrister Bala when Barrister Bala was in jail. Oh, this is my president. I'm a loyalist. I'll never leave Barrister Bala. Because they sent money from Senegal. Tapang ate the money. Yes, I have all the proofs. He stole the money I ate. So when Dr. Bala got mad with him, he fought with the consortium. They sacked him. And then the next thing now, he went now and claimed responsibility of Red Dragon. After taking $550 from the BLM people and much more money that he has taken, he was claiming responsibility. He took money. He moved now because Red Dragon came and disowned him. He declared himself a spokesman of the AGC. And Ayaba was so desperate to look for a partner in crime, accepted him. Otherwise, show me any letter. When I talk now, they'll go and produce a letter and backdate it. Let them show me any letter that appointed Tapang as spokesman of the AGC or ADF. Tapang appointed himself. Everybody knows he announced it. Because those are all criminals. And you put here, you are saying that, oh, there is infighting. Which infighting? Which infighting? Ayaba is a contractor. And I feel sorry for the other AGC people who are just there following him behind. If one man can go and sign OAD in London, you can imagine his heart. Now to you, John Baku. I called John Baku yesterday when I was in Chicago. I told him that, you know, see, let me tell you something. I listened to what John Baku said. And that's why I told all of you that Guzang is a sign of victory. Guzang has shown us everybody's color. Guzang, listen. If in a revolution you don't have this kind of thing, it means that it's not a revolution. I want you to know that today. I know that. You see, let me show you something. John Baku came and said, they have killed people. John said everything. I was listening very attentively. Till the end, he declared by saying that there is no government. There's no government in Amazonia, and that's where the other people, these other chicken activists, people that Bia doesn't even know if they exist. Chicken activists. I mean, petit, that's l'apprenti sorcier. That's apprentices. They're not even the level of apprentices when it comes to activism. They are there, they are putting on their wall, they read truth. What is the truth? The truth that they kill somebody. I told John Baku one thing, and I want to teach this same thing to Bo Herbert and the rest of their gang. That in journalism, there is what they call the inverted pyramid. You understand what I'm trying to say? Sometimes it can be stylish that you leave the most important thing at the end to keep people spellbound. It's good. And you must say that important thing. But John Baku started with the most irrelevant thing and ended with the most irrelevant. He did not even say the crux of the matter. There's what we call inverted pyramid. Means you start from the most recent to the bottom where you want to tell a story. But sometimes you can still start by saying something like a story and end with the most important. It depends on your approach, but make sure that the facts are there. Now, Jumba, they have killed people from Momo that you are from there. You can't, you do not condemn Ayaba. You said everything and you end up instead trying to blame the IG. Oh, when they took weapons here, they did this. When they took weapons, did they kill people? You have seen a video of Nambere, the brigade general that you have gone and given some fake guns to hold. They call him why a general, big number. It's the same guy who was shot on the leg, and Nambere and the rest, they treated him and gave him money and told him to go. They arrested fighters who came to kill them, but they instead forgave them. And then you come here talking shit on social media. John Baku, I want to let you know that you are a personal non-grata in this revolution. I respect you, I respected you, and I told you yesterday I want to do it publicly that you have lost my respect. Your respect is on minus 100. Because if they kill children, John said that who made John Baku leader of the consortium? Those are things that we have just been staying quiet because we think that we should just walk. Who made John Baku leader of the consortium? Yes, I asked John Baku that John Baku, this is your own consortium. Excuse me, is it different from the consortium of Patasang and Barrister Nyame? He said, no, it's the same. So I asked him that, so your bosses, those who own the consortium, they are with the IG, they are in jail with Seseko, and you are here saying that the government that they have, that you have usurped, you are an impostor because you are not a member of the you are not a leader of the consortium. They are government that they have, and that you are an impostor, you are not a member of the consortium. You are actually there. You claim that you are a member of the consortium, and the same bosses that you have, who are members of the consortium, who have accepted the IG, and they are with Seseko as a president in jail. They are not saying anything. You are the one who is running a big mouth, and you are saying, I will insult you because you have lost the respect. You are running your mouth and saying that you don't recognize the IG. Who are you, John Baku? Who are you? That's what I'm asking you. Who are you? There's a question I'm asking you. So I can say I'm Eric Tataw on my name, and I cannot be talking about things I don't know because these are facts. Remember that John Baku, you are the same person who asked Seseko that he should show us who is the prime minister or the vice president, that VPXX. So you did not recognize a government, but you were asking for the VPXX. That's the question. That's the question I want to ask you. And Barrister Yame and the other people that are in jail under the IG, and you who put you in charge of the consortium, John, I want to ask you. Let me tell Dr. Sako, I know ever yes a thing you call John from place be leader. He's not leader. Who put him? I'm going to ask this question. John Baku, who made you? You remember that you are the person who asked Barrister Nyame and Patasa, you advised them to dismiss Tapang. Do you remember? Was your name part of the leaders of the consortium? For the consortium, we knew Barrister Bala, Barrister Nyame, and Dr. Fontaine, and Patasang, and the others. In fact, even Barrister Bala was sacked by Patasang and the others. So who are you to come and say that I don't recognize the IG? Are we begging you to recognize us? Are you the UN? Who are you, John? I'm asking you. If you don't have something to stay, you stay. You shut up your mouth and stay quiet. We have known all of you from the Guzang thing. The unfortunate thing we use that Ayaba is taking the money and eating, and you're only defending him blindly because you don't know. Every time I'm always saying it. That, oh, now I'm ready because I don't ready for now. If we go get that independence and we need the Bekuna. Well, now take all the money and I want to take out the Republic. You know, and the funniest thing is that, let me look at this. These other people, Bo Herbert and his Cameroon calling, as it is Ambassador calling. They come here, they try to blame the IG on the same issue. Bo Herbert, you are supposed to be a veteran, aren't you? And you don't know that in journalism you can get to people on the field to contact them. You don't know their number. If you want their story to be bad, you should have called Nambere. Look for his number. He's a general. Commander is alive. Why did you not call them to get their side of the story? Because your own job and your team is that you people only go on WhatsApp and what people have published on Facebook you are copying. Can you spend $1 to get real news from Ground Zero? Can you spend $1 to go and get news from Batibo? Is Guzang in space? Is Guzang in space? Those are people who did not even know when Wesco died. I corrected them. They did not thank me. Then they came and did the correcting in the other edition. They said Wesco died in November, whereas he died on the 30th of October. Bo Herbert makes 6 or 10 mistakes in one news item. I point all of those mistakes out. In the second one, he does the same mistake. In journalism, if you are doing a corrigendum or corrigenda, you simply do all the mistakes that I have made, you do them. Number one, you said that Barrister Fu Johnson was kidnapped, which was a lie. You said that a car was bombed in Kembong, it's a lie. You said that it was an armor car. It did not happen in Kembong. You said that I was blacklisted by the FBI. It's a lie. You said that Wesco died in November. It's a lie. You said that the father of Father Jumba was killed instead of the father of Father Bali, which was a lie. You said that he was killed in Malaf instead of a toy killer. All of those things. I mean, like 10 mistakes. And then you pick only one about Barrister Fujon, so you go and do correction, and you are moving around down Bazuna calling. Your own Bazuna calling is to fight the IG. The IG. What is Bo Herbert's contribution? Does Bia look at Bo Herbert as anybody who exists? I mean, what is his own contribution? All the money that he took from Morix, where is the money? He invested the money, and because Morix has become redundant, he runs now to practicing fake news journalism. I'm done with saying it. In fact, as a matter of fact, I want to today officially, because we are at 2018, we are getting to 2019, I want to award and declare Bo Herbert and his team the Njanja Moto of 2018, Njanja Moto of the year. You know Njanja Moto, those small crazy stuff that we put in. So all of you, you have to type on your Facebook wall that Bo Herbert, he's a Nyampuka. Nyampuka is better. So he's in Njanja Moto of the year because he does everything but nothing like journalism. He does fake news, racist news, bad taste news. Those are people that we cannot unite with them. I'm just trying to let you know that we don't have infighting. And everybody who is on the ground should know very clearly that we don't have any infighting. We simply have a group of people that they are working with somebody who's a contractor of the Republic. So, Cho Ayaba, let me tell you something. You are nobody. You don't have money. You don't have charisma. You don't have strategy. You don't have nothing. You only have big talks. That's all you do. That's all you know. There are people who are 20 billion times richer than you. There are people who are doctors, real academic doctors, medical doctors, intelligent people. You are not up to them. The fact I don't put their face on social media doesn't mean that every day I come, I want to address the revolution. And some of those are petty surrogate who don't even have $1 in their account, who cannot support the revolution, they have never contributed, who don't have a zinc in Cameroon. All of them, from Capote, Daniel, and the rest of them. Let them show me properties that they have in Cameroon. Because they are burning post property. Even Tapang Ivan, I can show you. I can anytime. I'm not afraid for the Republic to burn it. Everybody knows. People who are everywhere in Mountain, I can say it. They know my properties. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't care if the military goes and burn them now. I have them. Let them come and show us. We have houses that tenants cannot stay there again. They cannot stay there because they say, oh, now every time the house will not be in the house again. But you have people here, their life is here, is on their $5 or $10 that they have. There are mothers here who are struggling, working their fingers to the bones. They raise their money before they have given you poor money endlessly. Dr. Cho, if actually you're a doctor, please, I want to tell you something. You don't have anything anymore to do with this revolution. You are Tanganji, and I want all Southern Cameroonians to know that fact. I'm saying it on my honor. Somebody like the thief in LA who stays with the wife, he doesn't even have a house. He doesn't have, but he will make mouth how he stays in a mansion. I mean, let's be serious. These are people who have lost everything, and Tapang has gone down. Look at Mark. Mark is an honorable guy who has been fighting. He has made mistakes. He will come and apologize. He will cry. He will beg his people, and he's on the foot. Even if he makes mistakes sometimes with his writing, he becomes emotional or tries to be balanced, and some people take it wrongly. I still appreciate Mark. I still appreciate him. Yes. That's Joshua Carr. Those are people who are fighting. Kemi Ashu is there on our part. He's exposing everything that the Republic does. But Tapang is only waiting to go and act a video, kidnap school children, come and say it's IG. Excuse me. I want Southern Cameroonians to know one thing. We don't have any infighting. We beg 5th January, Dr. Sako, take your position as the president, acting president of this country. Restructure your IG. Forget about Ayaba. We'll not call Ayaba for any more unity because he is like Republic. Thank God that 5th January did not even reach. Ayaba already revealed his true color. Restructure your IG. There are people in the IG that we can propose to you in the background and remove them. They are not important. Bring Dr. Makongo. Bring Honorable Wiba if he wants to come in. Bring Pan Jolly to me. Bring Ambassador Fonsong. Talk to for Godindika. Everybody. Bring them in. Ask them. Put them even in the advisory council. We have to organize ourselves. We have money that we can put there. We should start thinking of paying our fighters. 25,000 a month. After all, Yunfu took $18,000 and gave only 25,000. Can you imagine? These are things that I've been saying. When I tell people that Yunfu and so they are making all this noise, trying to disturb the IG because they stop money from coming to them, because county by county also stop their source of income. Now they think that okay, it's better that the revolution should not succeed. But I told people the caption or heading or title of this live video is why the Guzang incident is actually a sign of victory in the Southern Cameroon's independence movement, because that was what God used to tell us that we are moving into 2019 with a new spirit. They want to discourage you not to contribute. The IG should restructure, bring us a good contribution strategy, a good contribution mechanism, put us the various 13 counties in their website. Don't go and put a local, we don't want that thing. Bring us counties. When we talk local, because some of you, let me tell you why some people want local by local. Because they know that with local, there will be a splinter of leaders. The one will say, I'm in charge of Ingi, I'm in charge of this, and everybody want to be boss. But with county, they have one boss, they have one general. All this killing, even a Comrade Bell, who used to oppose county by county, I told him that, bro, you're not going to go that way, you will not work. And he has come back. A man will take a screenshot, sell to you to say, see, help me. Every Tataw says he cannot help. And you, Capo Daniel, the devil that you are, as you think that you left here, you went to Nigeria to go and marry, you are the biggest scammer. You're not supposed to be saying that Sako did this. You lied. All along you have been lying. And we know. And if you think that any day that you come and talk shit about Sako, Dr. Sako, I'll come and reply you. I'm going to defend the IG, because I've never said I'm not defending the IG. But the IG has its problem. I remain as objective as I can be. The IG has its problem and must be fixed. There are people in the IG that Dr. Sako now proposed to them that they must leave. Secretary Chris Anu must also consult before he comes and talks things live. He must make sure that there's broad-based consultation, even with activists that have huge following, so that we don't make mistakes. So that Ayaba Cho does not come and, you see, let me tell you something. Ayaba Cho is a completely wrapped like agent of phobia. So he ensures that the IG is weakened, because that is the strongest instrument that we have. So all of you on Gang Zero, I want everybody who is listening to take this audio, this video, change it into audio, so that everybody should have this live show. Because this is epic, and this is the end of any satanic manipulation in our revolution. Cho Ayaba, it is over for you, and you don't represent Ambazonia in any way. We know that you continuously try to push yourself, but we know you are a republic, and that is where you remain. So this fact should be clear. Those of you in the diaspora, I've told you the 3 things that the government wants Ayaba Cho to do. 1, because the government knows that so long as the diaspora keeps on contributing, they are going to give up. And so Ayaba Cho, make sure that there's infighting, so that the diaspora will be discouraged. Number 2, make sure that you ensure that the people remain divided on Ground Zero, so that the population will be weakened. And number 3, make sure that these 2 things, diaspora is discouraged, the population is weakened and divided with the atrocities, the international community picks it up that no, these people are not serious. Those are the 3 things. And now we have known it, and we would continuously declare constantly on our platforms, publishing news on international media, that we have a contractor in our midst, as Partisan said it, and it's the truth. Ayaba Cho is working with Atanga Nipo and Fondi Mukete. That is the truth. He has taken money from companies. He's urging his boys to kidnap people. He went and kidnapped that little child in Takwai. He kidnapped that child, asked for ransom. Ayaba Cho. That's what he does, because that is the job of the republic. So we don't do kidnapping. We don't kidnap school children. Tapang, you kidnap school children, you come and put it out there. That is the IG. Thank God that you're the one who put it out. When we put a video about PSS in Quen, that was very controversial, which we knew what we were doing. We're not going to say everything on social media. You came and you started analyzing, but we came out victorious, because when you notice that the international community has believed us, and which is the truth, that it was actually the government who was manipulating people, your government officials got back to you that, no, go and write that thing that you said is a lie. You went and wrote. But that one has already passed, because they know what is happening, and you people cannot stop this revolution. So ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, I don't see the need why you go and you are listening to Ayaba Cho. Because when you listen to it, they've created many fake profiles to give their views. Today, I moved to a location and they cannot hold my views, because those are people who, they even work with mechanisms. My friend Evelyn Ben, thank you for advising me what to do. They work with mechanisms to ensure that they shut down my views. They don't send notifications to my followers. But at least today, I've announced, and people know that I'm coming live, so everybody was ready to watch. But when I don't announce, I come like that, nobody receives notification. Even my wife does not receive notification on my Facebook page. Even my kid brother, even myself, when I tag myself on the other account, it's not showing. Because I want to ensure that many people don't follow me. We don't want to talk about how many people follow us, because whether you watch me 10 now, or you watch me 20 or 100 or 1,000 or whatever amount, before a day will end, everybody will still come and check what every Tataw has said. So Ayaba Cho, we know that you are a republic, and I endorse every other grand fighter who is there for the revolution, and to let you know that Ayaba Cho and his gang, Ivo might be who he is because Ayaba Cho has convinced him. Maybe he's fighting, he doesn't know. But of course, if your master says go and take money and you have taken it, you go to areas like a Diki that have dislodged the fighters there. They went and attacked the general. until in many other areas. That's what they're doing now, trying to make sure that they kill our fighters. Let me see, before we go, I want to see if I can, for the last time, get Commando. If I cannot get Commando, we'll bring him up. We'll bring him up in another, you know, in another live show. If I can't get Commando, somebody writing me calling a certain name. I don't need to call all those names. Those are small children. Those are small children. They don't know nothing. Those are children. You know, the ADF paid activists. They come and making noise. That's why somebody from the IG can come and insult me. Somebody from the IG will make a video and say that every Tataw thing that is good because I touch everybody. Everybody's touched because I speak the truth. But those of you who are there with the AGC, the Ayaba is taking money, and you people are there. You are eating. He's eating, doing this. Let me tell you something. Southern Cameroonians, we are calling General Commando. If he picks, we're going to ensure that he talks with you. But if he can't, that's okay. We're going to end the live show here. So except that, let me check my listing to ensure that I didn't forget anything. Oh yes, good enough. Before I go, very important. I want to liken our situation to the case of Eritrea and Ethiopia. This is the inspiration that somebody wrote to me, that Ethiopia is one of the largest countries in Africa and even parts in the world. But Eritrea is also one of the smallest. But they still succeeded in having their independence from Ethiopia. So Southern Cameroonians, stay fast. These things happen more. And Guzang has put us on a new limelight in entering 2019. We have known our enemies clearly, the Bohebet, the Ayaba, and the Akurus. I don't want to put Dr. Kwanga because I've not heard his reaction until I hear his reaction. So it is your responsibility to ensure that you unfriend all these enemies, all of them. They should be taken off from your as friends. Take them off. You don't need to listen to them because they will turn you off. Because I will talk now, you get hope. Tomorrow they say something like this, you say, oh, Tataw, I don't tire. But I've told you the secret. Now, 5th of January, Sisoko Ayoktabe will be 1 year in jail. And I've taken upon myself the responsibility. If the government wants to join me, I don't know the government plan. Everybody, you can do something which is personal and pertinent. We are going to make a venue that will announce later on the 5th of January. We'll be celebrating the Sisoko and Co. 1 year jail anniversary. We're going to celebrate that, and it's going to be a big party. We are hoping on the secretary for HHS, Kadesh, Secretary Kadesh, to get some authorization. I was going to do it, but they said they will do it so that we can do demonstration. All other parts of the world, we should honor Sisoko on that day with huge demonstrations. We'll try our best here in DC, in the DMV area. Everybody should come. Want to see thousands of people. Those of you, if you think that, oh, Sisoko is my president, it is only on that feet that you show that man before he goes to court on the 10th that, yes, indeed, this man is my president. So everybody has to come out. Everybody must come out, particularly on that day, because that is the most essential thing. On that feet, and on that feet, we'll also have a gala here in the DMV area. People can also organize their own galas, but one that people can also fly from areas like California, Chicago, New York, my friend Samuel Atefo. All of you people should come. Virginia, Delaware, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Everybody should come here. Let's converge on the DMV area, White House. We'll go to the French embassy. We talk to our people, let them see our resolve, and we show them that Sisoko is our president. We should carry Sisoko's placard up there, and we ensure that everybody is moving towards the direction of unity and towards the direction of strength and towards the direction of liberation. By unity, we don't need to have anything to do with AGC, because AGC is a contractor of the Republic of Cameroon, and I'm Eric Tataw. That's what I've said, and that is the truth. I can back it anytime, any day, and I'm ready for them anytime, any day, fiscally or otherwise. In the meantime, all what we have received from Chicago, about Chicago, it has been handed to them. They have done all the auditing. We did it on live video. Now we are opening a new fund for the Sisoko Day. And of course, for those of you who are watching, we are going to continuously, if you send anything on Cash App, because we want to prepare on that day ahead of time, we're going to put a committee in place to ensure that this money is checked and everything goes direct to them. And I'm also going to do my contribution publicly. And just to inform the people of Manu that Ashu Kingsley has received $500 from one of our brothers who said he was given from Manu County. We are going to confirm with him, and our next live show is going to come to explain all of these things. In the meantime, all of you will be watching this show from anywhere, and those who are watching on Facebook now, the Cash App number for the Sisoko project is 202-390-2247. I'm going to repeat it again, 202-390-2247. Part of when you give this money, we'll still translate it to because I trust the group in Chicago. I also work with this committee with I'll I will do a declaration to Honorable Wiba because he's launching his book on the 12th. I want him to also participate either by video call or somehow from London on the 5th of January to make a speech on that day. So we want to really organize this very excellently, and we need everybody to put hands on deck to support it. So it's 202-390-2247. This is a special fundraiser for Siseko and all the other detainees, and we're going to ensure that all county representatives are involved in this. From Manu, Kupe, Manunguba, we're going to bring everybody. So everything that you do, the historic is here. Like the first account, we have done all the declarations. There is nobody who has not had a quote. Having also signed on Western Union, Express Union, they have all their quotes were read there, and everybody. I even talked to one of our brothers today from France who was very appreciative. This is the house of transparency. So 202-390-2247. 202-390-2247. We want to make one of the hugest contributions as far as this Siseko thing is concerned. We're also going to put a second and probably a third cash app number so that all money doesn't come out to one somebody's account, and we're going to use a particular group that is legalized in the United States to get this money, run the project and stuff like that. We'll continue to work with our interim government, and we'll support the government till the day that our leaders are going to come out of jail, until the day that we'll have our independence. So if you're watching from WhatsApp, from anywhere you're listening an audio to my voice, this is the time to show Siseko that on the 5th of January, we're going to come out as a people, and I will do this advertisement. Mark Barita, Kemi, Ashu Kingsley, Joshua K. All of you should take this issue of Siseko Day very seriously, because we need to show this man that indeed his sacrifices are not in vain. So my brother Everson Bank, all of you who are watching me from any part of the world, this is an opportunity to support this man. So the cash app number for those who are in the United States is 202-390-2247. That's my direct line. I'm also going to put Ashu Kingsley's number there. Joshua K will give another number for us to put there, because we want it to be broad-based and there's total accountability, because the fact that you trust me does not mean that I should not give accountability. So that is it. We will be expecting you to contribute towards that project, and all the accounts will be given there at the hall on the open. Everybody will have access. The Report of Chicago had access to my phone, because we don't want anybody to lose courage, to lose any way, any trust, because that is what the agency wants, and they have not succeeded. I'm going to end here by repeating that number, 202-390-2247. Bring in all what you can do. Let's put our hands on deck, and on that day, we want to see everybody that will come out, the venue that will announce, so that we show the world that indeed we have a president, and Paul Biya should know that on the 10th, he should release our president, come rain, come shine. God bless you. Thank you for watching. I want to once more seize the opportunity to thank everybody in Chicago, especially Mommy Agi Okpo, who hosted me, who treated me like a son. I'm very grateful to you, my brother, my twin brother in Chicago, Urban John, of course, Dr. Roland, all everybody in Chicago, in Illinois, Chicago. I'm also grateful to Robin, my friend of the LBLM community, and all of you guys. Thank you so much for the trust. And Tapang, just to let you know that you owe us, and you're going to pay that money, come rain, come shine. God bless you. So the cash app is there, everything is there, and we're going to work forward to see that we put a committee in place. And on that very feet, we're also going to launch the Manu County. Thank you so much. God bless you. We'll be launching that Manu County in honor of Siseko, because that is his state, that is his county. It's not about tribalism, but it's also to honor him, to make a dry event on that day. Bye-bye, and thank you so much. God bless you. Bye.
Una don hear wait way Eric Tataw don talk. Make all we turn up straight for this struggle, I beg. May we turn up more. We don't know who for blame, we don't know who for belief. Una not forget for subscribe, oh. I been a proud Ambazonian. Una subscribe, I beg.